Let's check in on my debt payoff progress. Hey, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Autumn, and I'm out here trying to be somebody's rich auntie. I am trying to reach rich auntie status, which to me means, number one, being completely debt-free, and number two, having a net worth of over $1 million. Now, I not only want to be rich in money, because yes, I do want to be rich in money. I will be rich in money. Let's make that clear. I do want to be rich in money, but I also want to be rich in joy and positive life experience. And I truly believe that being disciplined with my finances will help me achieve that. I invite you to join me on this journey by liking this video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Before we talk about my debt payoff progress, a couple of stats about me. Again, my name is Autumn. I am 39 years old. My husband Richard is 45 years old, and we are dinkwads, meaning double income, no kids, with a dog. We live in Louisville, Kentucky, and I work as a career corporate trainer. All right, I told you that one half of reaching that rich auntie status is being completely debt-free, and that's what we're checking in on today, my debt payoff progress for the month of April. Let's hop right into the spreadsheet. All right, starting out, let's take a look at the 5 debts that I actually have. Number one being my HELOC, my home equity line of credit. I took this out in April of 2020, not particularly because of the pandemic, but thank goodness that I did. I knew I was going to leave my job in 2020 because it was just a toxic work environment and I had to get out of there. I did not know that that was going to be a global pandemic and that I was going to be off work for 18 months. So I'm really happy that I took out that home equity line of credit, and we kind of lived off that for a while. So I was so happy to have that. At one point, the highest balance was $41,799, but as of April 25, it is down to $14,978. This is my number one debt payoff goal. This will be paid off this year. I am going to be so happy to get rid of this, but I was grateful to have it when I needed it. Next, a business loan. So I had a small business and we took out a loan during COVID because we had to keep the doors open, and it wasn't a PPP loan. We couldn't get it forgiven, so I have to pay that back. We didn't have to start paying it back until 2023, and the highest balance was $22,762. Right now it's at $21,922. That minimum payment is only $100 a month, and a lot of that is going to interest, so we have not made a lot of progress there, but we will get on it eventually. Next, we have the mortgage. So I bought my house in 2009, but I refinanced in 2016. And so I refinanced $124,000. And right now it is at $77,218. I am very pleased with that progress. We have some federal back taxes. So when me and my husband were serious and getting married, I was like, we gotta get our arms around all of our outstanding debt here. And taxes and student loans were kind of the outstanding parts of that. So in 2023, when we finally, dusted off all the notices and everything and got the number under our belt, it was $22,181. And right now we're at $21,194. This has not made a lot of progress either, but this will probably be our next goal. So this will get taken care of pretty soon. And then same thing with the student loan, except we haven't made any progress on that because right now it's in administrative forbearance and we're not. Look, if Uncle Sam ain't looking at it, neither are we, right? But we do have it on here so that if for any reason the status changes, we know that we have to start, putting some money and making some activity on there. And so again, the beginning balance of this month is $39,003.71. So my total beginning balance was $249,747. And right now my beginning balance for April was $174,316. If we do some math, that means that I have already paid off $75,430, and I'm very proud of that. I am very, very proud of that. Now, if we look down here, this is the order in which I'm going to be paying these off. So the HELOC is first, and again, my estimated payoff, I went ahead and made a kind of like a debt snowball calendar. Like, okay, if I keep paying these minimum payments and then I keep snowballing the money from one debt to another. This is the estimated payoff dates. And then this is the actual. So, like in Google Maps when they're like, you'll get there in 19 minutes. And I was like, I bet I can make it 16. You know what I'm talking about? So I keep the estimated here because I always secretly kind of want to beat it with when I actually paid it off. So at minimum, if I can just pay it off during the month of the estimate and I don't get pushed behind, I'm okay with that. But like my secret goal is to beat these dates that I have originally projected. So my HELOC will be getting taken care of this year, and the expectation is September. The taxes are next on that list, so the federal taxes should be done by December 2026. Now, the reason that there's such a big gap between paying off my HELOC and paying off my taxes is because after we pay the HELOC off, we are going to be diverting money toward savings, because if you watch my high yield savings account update videos, our on-hand cash savings are abysmal, right? Like barely non-existent. So once we pay off this debt, this home equity line of credit, we're going to be setting aside money for a new car down payment, as well as we're going to be beefing up our actual savings account. So even with all of those pit stops and moving our money around, we will have the taxes taken care of, estimated by December of next year. And then after that, the mortgage in August of 29, and then the student loan and the business loan will be in September of 2030 and April of 2031. And these have the ability to switch order and priority. Like if for some reason the student loan comes back and we have to start paying it, I might switch the priority of when I want to pay these off. But regardless, as is, I am set to be completely debt-free by April of 2031. So what is that, like fewer than 6 years? Like I am very, very excited about that. So, well, like I said, I'm trying to beat that. If I can be completely debt-free sometime in 2030, like if I can pull that in like 5 months, wouldn't that be amazing? So that's where we are, and that is the plan. But let's talk about how much progress we were actually able to make this month, starting with the home equity line of credit. This is where most of our debt payoff money was going. In the month of April, we were able to pay $2,752.04. And of that, $2,649.73 was applied to principal. So we paid $102 in interest. So our new updated balance is $12,328.48. I am excited about that. We skipped 13,000 altogether. 13,000's where, Whew, okay, I'm excited. For the business loan, again, we're just paying the measly minimum payment of $100. And of that, this month, only $22 went to principal, and the remaining $77 went to interest. I was very PO'd to see that. Like normally it's like 50-50, where $50 will go to principal, $50 will go to interest. I don't know how they calculate every month how much goes to which, but the month of April, the fact that only $23 came out of principal, that pissed me off. But at the same time, the monthly payment, the minimum payment is only $100. And so right now I'm also trying to tackle higher monthly payment type debt so that we can get those huge $400, $500 payments out of our monthly payment. But regardless, this will get paid off. It's just not a high priority as of now. The mortgage, so this was the first month that I only had to actually send the mortgage principal and interest to the mortgager. Before this, I've been sending the mortgage, interest, and taxes and insurance with the escrow. We're not doing that anymore. I only had to pay the mortgage, which was $600. The actual mortgage itself is like $565, so $34 goes directly to principal. But of the $600 that was paid, $366.74 went to principal, and so $233 went to interest. For our federal back taxes, we only pay a measly $40 a month. This is another one that's like limping along with only monthly payments. And until, as you can see, taxes are second on my priority after the home equity line of credit. But really until then, I'm only paying as little as I absolutely have to. So of the $40 that we pay, zero of that really goes to principal, and it's really all just interest at this point. And not only that, I've gotten to a place where I'm actually able to calculate our monthly balance a little bit better, because the IRS doesn't send you a monthly statement of how much you owe. But I've been able to find online, if I can piece together each year that's outstanding, I can come up with a monthly balance. And not only did the $40 that we pay not really lower the balance, we also got charged $68.35 in additional interest. So our May balance actually went up a little bit. Again, this is the second priority. I will be knocking this out as soon as we get the home equity line of credit taken care of. And then finally, the student loan, we have zero that we paid, and so zero went to principal interest, and so our May beginning balance is the exact same as the April beginning balance, is the exact same as the 2023 beginning balance. We're not paying that until we have to. And so now if we look now at the difference between our beginning balance and our current May balance, wow, $78,000 has been paid off. So yeah, looking at the change, this month we were able to send $3,492 toward debt. Principal actually that got applied was $3,039, and we did pay $452 worth of interest. But overall, I am very happy about that. So that means that next month the debt will be down to 160 whatever thousand. I'm just knocking this out 1 month at a time. I have a plan, a 5-year plan. I just want to encourage you, like, even if it's going to take a while, it is worth it. Just get on top of the numbers, make a plan, and see that through to completion. Like, you will be proud of yourself. I'm very proud of myself. All right, that's it. Let me know in the comments down below. How is your debt payoff progress coming? What kind of debt do you have? As you see here, we don't have any credit card debt, and for that, I am very thankful. But let me know your debt payoff progress for this month, and I'll see you next time.